leg piece, chicken leg piece.
Used to be a cow leg. Piece.
Do you like me? Yeah.
I don't get mukbangs. I don't like them. I don't watch them. I literally can't listen to any eating sounds at all. I really do hate the munching, so much so that even in my own mockery mukbang videos I put background music all over them because even my own sounds are absolutely disgusting to me. And yes, I still have to make it clear, even though it's so obvious, that these mukbang videos of mine are all just kind of a parody. I'm clearly just mocking the trend. Because first, when mukbang videos, especially the ASMR ones, were super popular and a hype new thing, I couldn't understand how people would watch it because basically you're just eating in front of a camera. And personally, for me, that's like the void of all creativity and effort. So back then I had the idea to make fun of it, you know, eating something that is totally not edible, for example, toilet paper or flowers. And then I was like, no, that's too simple. I started thinking about the reason why these mukbang videos bothered me so much, and I realized it was simply the fact that these videos were so pointless to me. It's just,
here's a large meal, now watch me eat it.
So I wanted to take that pointless concept of eating and flip it, so I came up with this idea to choose super dark red or violet fresh roses and spit the rose juice out, and finally use that juice to paint a watercolor painting, and then sell the original art as well as prints of it on my art shop, which I thought was kind of funny because not only is it a mockery of the trend but also a literal creation. I'm actually making something artistic while doing the most boring thing, and lastly selling it and promoting my art in the process. So I really enjoyed that series. And nowadays I don't really mind mukbang ASMR videos. Recently there have been actually a lot of really creative ones out there, for example the ones where people eat stuff that looks like non-edible stuff but it's just cake in the shape of makeup or something like that. I do think those are fun to look at without the sound. And ultimately I honestly don't really care that much about mukbangers or those kinds of videos. But here's where I say no, you don't do that. So there's this Korean YouTuber who likes to torture live animals before she eats them, which doesn't sit right with me. And you could say, Sherliza, shut up, you eat meat. We're all guilty of supporting slaughterhouses and poor living conditions for farm animals, and yes, you're totally right and it's awful, but just because I'm a meat eater, I don't go and get a pig and torture it on my table, drowning and beating it for YouTube clicks before finally killing it. There is a clear difference between buying a fish and preparing it humanely and what she does. So what she does is buy a bunch of live fish from the fish market, bring it home, and rather than just killing them quickly without any further unnecessary pain, she likes to take them out of the water, showcasing them to the camera. The fish is in pain. The lungs are literally on fire. It's suffocating, and she acts like this is supposed to be funny. This is just cruel. Neurobiologists have long recognized that fish have nervous systems that comprehend and respond to pain. And some researchers have found that fish can feel pain even more intensely than mammals, because we animals are more exposed to harsh surfaces and environments where fish are just chilling in the water their whole life. Removing fish from water is highly stressful and painful to them, and in most cases, violent escape attempts are made. You want to show us the fish and let us know a few interesting things about it? Great, do it. But beforehand, you could, stab the brain quickly so it doesn't struggle, gasping for air, etc. Or maybe let the fish stay in the water while you showcase their interesting attributes. Why take it out of the water and purposely letting them fall off the table multiple times? Which honestly, I want you guys to imagine yourself living in water your whole life. You have been floating, all of a sudden you feel this sudden weight on your body, you're naked, flopping around on the table, your lungs are hurting, you're desperately trying to find water, and when you fall down from this high-ass table on the ground, you have no legs, no arms to soften the fall. Imagine the freaking pain. You can't see if a fish feels pain because they can't make sounds or grimace, but they have a nervous system, so of course they feel pain. What I also find really irritating is the fact how she fakes her overreactions, and sometimes she purposely lets the fish fall for more quirky and funny reactions. It's so unbearable. Isn't she like 45? Like a little too old to be acting like this, huh? Let's see what an octopus and squid expert says about eating or burning live octopus. What do you think an octopus is experiencing when it's being cut into pieces and eaten alive? What's going on physically when their arms continue to move after they've been cut off? It's probably that the octopus's reaction to pain is similar to a vertebrate. They can anticipate a painful, difficult, stressful situation. They can remember it. There's absolutely no doubt that they feel pain. The octopus has a nervous system which is much more distributed than ours. If you look at us, most of our neurons are in our brain, and for the octopus, 3/5 of its neurons are in its arms. The octopus, which you've been chopping to pieces, is feeling pain every time you do it. It's just as painful as if you were a hawk, a fish, or a rabbit. If you chop the rabbit's leg off piece by piece, so it's a barbaric thing to do to the animal. You can see how the octopus is literally trying to flee, and she's like burning them alive. I don't get how this is allowed on YouTube. This is literally animal abuse. I wouldn't give one single frick if the octopus was dead, or if the shrimp, because she eats live shrimp as well, if they were all dead. I don't freaking care, okay? But this is just cruel and totally unnecessary in my opinion. Here she is eating live shrimp, which, yeah, they can also feel pain. Recent scientific studies have shown that crustaceans have central nervous systems very much capable of generating the sensation of pain. What really bothers me too are these dumbass comments that are like, stop criticizing her, it's part of her Asian culture. Punching a fish for quirky reactions is definitely not part of Asian culture. Let me tell you, the proper way to kill it quickly and humanely is either a quick stab to the brain or just cutting the head off. Trust me, in no Asian country is that seen as part of a culture to just play around and torture your expensive fish before you eat it. Nah, that's not part of anyone's culture. And also, what a stupid way of trying to excuse anything, just saying, shut up, it's part of someone's culture. Yeah, cannibalism, sacrificing children, and stoning people to death are all things that are part of someone's culture, but that doesn't make any of this shit right, does it? And then there are these stupid comments which go, stop hating, you're being racist. As soon as he or she is a person of color, all of a sudden no one can criticize them. I love this freaking logic. Hello everyone, look what I brought back from the animal market. It's a really rare British short-haired cat. Ah! It cost me about $2,000 and oh my god, look at its fur. So this is a mammal, so I'm gonna put this underwater so you guys can take a better look at it. And even though you guys can see it fine like this, I just have to let it suffer for the good old YouTube clicks. So here we go. As you guys can see, I prepared this little aquarium for my kitty. Oh no! Oh my god, look how it's struggling. Oh my god, I'm getting all wet!